Hi, good morning and good evening. Today, I'm very tired because today's work is hard for me. And today's I have a I had a lot of meetings and I had to talk about my developing works. So, um, yes, I'm bored to shadow every day's Byte Go and Microsoft um, Tech Channel, etc. So I'd like to refresh my mind today. So sometimes I want to enjoy my favorite football team, Arsenal, news. So let's watch. Just watching.
Significant at the top of the table, and Arsenal dropping points for the third successive game, and Michael Carrick in his second.
And only maximum 10 minutes. Okay, so I'd like to start my alarms. No, timers. Let's start.
Second game in charge, following up the victory over Manchester City with another prize scalp, but it didn't start the best for them.
No, it didn't, but I think they showed real courage with and without the ball, Manchester United, and we saw that last week as well on this show. We highlighted that. We just want to get into sort of the first two goals of the game. They've got a lot of similarities, really. And what you've got is, as a lot of teams do, but...
Yes, last week, my favorite team, Arsenal, was lost this game against Manchester United. This game was very spectacular and impressive. Arsenal players played very well, I think. But Manchester United counterattack is very speedy and technical and of course, luckily. Yes.
this back three with Zubamendi, a central midfield player, dropping in between the two centre-backs, it splits the centre-backs, which means Arsenal have a lot of rotation in terms of the players. So you have Zubamendi in that position, and then we see the positions of the full-back. So as soon as your back three splits like that, your
Fullback means side back in Japanese.
full-backs can either go really wide like wing-backs, or they get in the pockets. Nkapia and Timber. We see this a lot with Arsenal. But I just want to have a look at sort of Manchester United and how they sort of dealt with this as well. So as this ball comes across, and this is what I'm talking about with courage. So when Manchester United were in this deep block, you've got players, as I said, between the lines. He now makes us move out wide. Brian Mbeumo there goes to press. OK, he jumps there. He doesn't stay with him. The idea is to go and press and be aggressive there. But, obviously, Nkapia, in that position, is now looking to play the ball into the box. And who is in the centre-forward position? The full-back. We've highlighted this a lot with Arsenal and with the full-backs and the rotations. So that is a positive for Arsenal. But you can see the intention for Manchester United was to be brave and try and press and jump to centre-backs rather than staying just with full-backs. But you see Timber in there, he's up against Martinez, he gets an own goal just because of the actual size and power of Timber. Martinez can't move him. But we're going to look at a situation where Arsenal are building up here with a back three. And this time Timber's in the back three. We sense here a little rotation differently with Zubamendi. Can't get on the ball, so he now wants to get into the back three. And again, just a little bit of a rotation, a little bit of movement from players. But I think they let themselves down at times, Arsenal, and this is one of those occasions where we say that they're at times risk averse. Now, for me, Zubamendi is a quality player, plays for Spain.
Mm.
Say that they're at times risk averse.
Risk averse. Um, and this is one of those occasions where we say that the third times risk averse. リスクを回避するという場合の一つです。So this is one of those occasions where we say that the third time risk averse. リスクを回避する。リスクを回避する。risk averse.
averse,
averse. averse.
I'm risk averse. Now, for me,
Risk
Zubimendi
averse.
has Arsenal, and this is one of those occasions where
This is one of the occasion. This is one of those occasion where
we say that
we
there's
say
at
that
times
the
risk
times
averse.
risk
Now, for me,
averse.
Zubimendi is a
Now, for
quality
me,
player, plays for
Zubimendi
Spain,
is
technically one of the
quality
best
player
midfield players in Europe. He should be able to play that ball there for Declan Rice between two Manchester United players, 15 yards. But again, they don't take that option. That happens a lot further up the pitch, actually, with Odegaard between the lines. I sometimes think he takes the safe option also. So that ball can be played in there. It now goes back to
very
Saliba.
fluently. His English is very fluently, and I think British accent. So yeah, I say but. However, he pronounced this but. But.
But Brian Mbeumo could easily stay there and make sure Gabriel doesn't venture up there with the ball. But again, they show courage without the ball and they try and press there and stop that ball getting out.
And stop the
but
ball.
now, because Declan Rice has
Now,
made that run,
but
Saliba's got
because-
no pass into midfield.
It's
He's made a
weird.
mistake, but because Mbeumo's there and he showed the initial courage, he picks the ball up. If he was wider with Gabriel, he wouldn't be in that position initially. So credit to
この場面ね、なんでツビメンディがパスミスしたかを辿っていくと、サリバからのちょっと際どいパスがツビメンディに渡って、それがツビメンディのバックパス失敗、ライアーへのバックパス失敗につながり、エンベウモにカットされたと。じゃあなんでサリバのパスが際どくなってズビメンディが焦ったかというと、ズビメンディの近くにいるのが、おそらくこいつは、エンベウモが奥にいたから、ブルーノかな。ブルーノが近くにいて、なおかつ、ドルグは左サイド、右サイドフルバック。Dog watched Timber, or yes, Timber, and maybe Casemiro or Mainu watch Arsenal's Rice and Odegaard. So
one of the best midfield players in Europe. He should be able to play that ball there for Declan Rice.
G メンディはデクラン・ライスにパスを送らなかったと。
Between two Manchester United players, 15 yards. But again, they don't take that option.
They don't take that option. They don't take that option. その選択肢を取らなかった。They don't take that option.
That happens a lot.
That
Further up the
happens a
pitch,
lot.
actually, with
further
Odegaard.
up. その現象がたくさん起きたと。ウデゴールがライン間にいるとピッチのさらに上の方でそれがよく起こりました。通せたけど、この15ヤードしかない、ライン間、人と人との間のところで、ボールを受ける選択肢を、ズイメンディが、パスの出し手が、そのリスクを取れなかった。で、
between the lines. I sometimes think he takes the safe option also.
つまり安全策を取った。
So that ball can be played in there. It now goes back to Saliba. But
It goes back to Saliba. But
Brian Mbeumo could
Brian
easily stay there and make sure Gabriel doesn't venture up there.
Doesn't venture up. Doesn't venture up. But Brian Mbeumo could easily stay there and make sure Gabriel doesn't get and doesn't venture up there with the ball. まあ、一旦サリバに戻るけど、エンベウモは簡単にガブリエルが運べない位置に陣取ることができると。
The ball. But again, they show
But
courage without
again,
the ball, and they
they show courage without the ball
try and
and
press
they
there.
try to press. まあ、彼らはまたボールを持ってない。なるほど。エンベウモは本来ガブリエルが運ばせないっていうことを狙ってステイしていたけれども、ここでリスクを冒してボールに奪いに行ったと。プレッシャーをかけまし
Stop
たと。
that ball getting out. But now, because Declan
まあ、なんでこう行けたかっていうと、逃げ道となるためのデクラン・ライスが前に行ってしまっていた。
Rice has made that run, Saliba's got no pass into midfield.
で、サリバは、まあ、ミッドフィルダーへつけるためのパスコースがなかったと。
He's made the mistake, but
ミ
because
ステイクが起こっ
Mbuemo's
たと。
there, that run and press venture up there. Brian Mbuemo, so that ball can be played in there. It now goes back to Saliba. He takes this lot, fitting two Manchester United players in Europe. Now, this means up again, it back to Saliba. But but again, they show courage without the ball, and they try and press there and stop that ball getting out. But now, because Mbuemo's there and he showed the initial courage, he picks the ball up. If he was wider with Gabriel, he wouldn't be in that position initially. So credit to Michael Carrick and Manchester United. And now we go to 1-1. Manchester United go with the second goal.
Oh, it's already 10 minutes. So, end up. I think 10 minutes is very quick. So, but okay, let's wrap up. See you later.